Hi everyone, I'm back again. Today I thought I'd quickly go through a little bit about user experience and the user interface and how that applies to the BenchBuddy app itself. Alright, I'm not going to be too complicated about anything here. User experience. Well, from my view, user experience is when we're using a product, is the experience with using that intuitive, logical, does what it is expected. Are there any faults? And if there are faults, are they acceptable or are they noticeable and annoying, which will detract from you using the product? So with that in mind, currently when I look at the app design, you'll notice that there are two displays on it. So the question I have from a user experience perspective is, do the two displays complement each other or distract each other? Won't actually know that until we get further into a couple of us actually playing with the app itself. Again, if you notice what I've used for the display of the temperature, I've used a barrel type user interface item there. Well, that diverges from how we traditionally look at temperature through a thermometer or a needle gauge style thing. Will this end up being annoying? I don't know. Again, user testing should bring a verdict out here. Don't forget, user experience also takes into account the feel of something and the sound of something as well. With an app, it's not that easy to do as far as these elements go, but we will be using visual cues and on the roadmap I've factored ahead that maybe in the future we'll be able to use some of the vibration techniques contained in a cell phone today, as well as using sound. Alright, let's talk a little bit about user interface. I view the user interface as all about the interactive controls and information display elements within the app. So this is all to do with the buttons, the sliders, the displays. And then further to that, we've got to look at, are these elements laid out correctly? Are items that are requiring multiple user interactors to affect something conveniently placed, etc., etc. Again, if you take another look at the BenchBuddy app design at the moment, you'll see we have a grouping of the ADC, the LED and the DAC with the display and the slider and the enter key as well. But to the right of that we have kind of like isolated the relay switch. Is that well placed or not? We will find out again through user testing. For the user interface elements, in a lot of cases I've tried to use visual cues to indicate where they've changed state, and I spent some time getting the button images just right, so again that the visual effect reflected the operation experience in as close to real life as I can. Again though, proof's in the pudding. Once the app's out and about and people are using it, we'll be able to get some good feedback on whether or not it's working. Alright, so as you can see, I consider both the user experience and the user interface to be integral to the success of the BenchBuddy app itself. Alright, let's head into what I'm going to call the user interface element fails I have currently. There are currently two user interface items that I'm struggling with. One is the barrel temp sensor and the other one is actually my favorite, which is the horizontal wheel slider at the bottom of the design app there. So why am I saying I'm having a fail with these two UI elements? Well, statically as you look at them they look great, but programmatically or trying to get them to actually rotate, I'm having troubles with. So I'm hoping somebody out there in the contextual electronics land can have an answer for me. Let me go into a little bit of a demo so I can show you exactly what's going on here. Okay, so what I'm demonstrating here is I cannot get the bottom image to look as though it's rotating. I do have a fallback option, and that is the top slider, which I've built up. If I cannot get the wheel to rotate in the horizontal position, then I'll revert to the slider effect above. Okay, that's all I wish to cover off this time. I've had a request from my young son actually. I've got to change my sign off, so I'm no longer allowed to say what I was saying before. I'm only allowed to say these words. Bye for now.